Recoupment is one of the more extraordinary features of bankruptcy law, in no small part because it has no basis in the statute and was created entirely by judges. Like its first cousin, set-off, recoupment was developed as an issue concerning pleading before the adoption of the federal rules of civil procedure, but it carried over into bankruptcy law. And recoupment is extraordinary because, in many respects, it violates some of the fundamental principles of bankruptcy law. Most significantly, I suppose, if you have a valid right of recoupment, it is not subject to the automatic stay. There was a rather interesting opinion just a few days ago from the Ninth Circuit talking about recoupment and making a distinction between recoupment and set-off. Recoupment is also, shall we say, an interesting topic because it's judge-made law, and therefore the standards for what constitutes recoupment differ among the circuits. The Ninth Circuit is, I think, one of the more liberal because it does not strictly adhere to the notion that to have a right of a recoupment, the debts and credits must arise from the same transaction or occurrence. The Ninth Circuit takes a much more flexible approach than, for instance, does the Third Circuit. I view the entire subject of recoupment as a peculiar sort of an animal that, frankly, ought to be closely examined by people who are interested in reforming bankruptcy law. And why is that? Well, first off, the standards are different around the country because it is judge-made law. And second, as I said, it does not adhere to fundamental bankruptcy principles and was one of those topics that carved out a big area of bankruptcy law solely as a matter of decisions made by judges under their equitable powers. Now, this doesn't mean that just because it was created by judges that there is something innately wrong with it. I'm one of those who believes that courts, especially bankruptcy courts, must have wide-ranging equitable powers. Otherwise, sometimes if you apply what seems to be the plain meaning of a statute, you get some peculiar and sometimes inequitable results. At any rate, I recommend that folks read this decision from the Ninth Circuit and form your own opinion about whether recoupment is a topic that should be addressed the next time there are modifications to the Bankruptcy Code. I am Bill Rochelle, Editor-at-Large for American Bankruptcy Institute. I will return same time next week with something interesting that has occurred in the world of bankruptcy. Till then, be well, stay safe, stay home, wear your mask, and we'll see you next week. Good day.